This video was made possible by the EA Creator Network. Hey everyone, it is Tanya. Welcome back to the channel and welcome to another speed build. Today I am building with the new My Wedding Stories game pack that is coming out next week for The Sims 4. Since this is early software, I just wanted to mention that it is not final and is subject to change. And also, if you haven't heard already, the date did get pushed to the 23rd of February, which is next Wednesday. So that is when this game pack will be out for everyone. And yeah, today we're going to be building a tiny house with this because I saw this lot, this 20 by 20 lot on its own like little island. It's sort of an island. It's connected to the main area via a bridge, and I needed to build here, and I really wanted to build in a little bit more of a style that matches this world, a little bit more Mediterranean, and just have a lot of fun with it, experiment. I ended up coming up with a really funky shape, and I love the layout of this house, so I hope you will enjoy it as well. I will make sure to upload this to the gallery next week once the game launches for everyone, but if you're curious on how much it is and how to grab it and all of that, it is a 1-bedroom, 1-bathroom house coming in at 36,821 simoleons, and it will be available on the Sims 4 gallery under my EA ID, which is Gryphi, GRYPHI. You could also find it under the hashtag MissGryphi, and that information will also be in the description down below. But as I mentioned, it will not be available until next week when this pack is out on the 23rd of February. Anyway, I am figuring out the back portion of this house. It's a really funky shape, but I think it works out beautifully. I love the new windows that came with this pack. The doors are really pretty too, but I didn't end up using them because they're a little bit on the bigger side. They didn't really fit the build I was doing here, but I'm so excited to do some more builds with the new things that we got in this pack, or just in this world in general, because Tartosa is stunning. Also, the show live edit objects options with this pack are just beautiful. They're so beautiful. Let me know if you would like to see a build and buy overview, by the way. I'm thinking I might do that later today, and definitely want to work on some bigger builds. I'm thinking I'll probably be streaming this tomorrow over on Twitch if you'd like to join us. That is twitch.tv/MissGryphi, and I'm thinking probably like 11 a.m. Eastern time tomorrow. We can play around and build something bigger in the world of Tartosa. So right now I am working on the landscaping, and that's going to be like a theme throughout the entirety of this build because I keep coming back to the outside and adding more plants and figuring out the terrain paint and how I want to work on this, because this world has a lot of new plants and like the look of it is very different than a lot of the worlds we already have in The Sims 4, which is so exciting. So I wanted to make sure I did the landscaping well, and I love landscaping. So of course I spent a lot of time on it. I also sort of made a custom planter, and I had fun with the walkway leading up to the house, kind of having it zigzag a little bit. I thought that was a bit of fun, and just figuring out some more of the plants. I really like the new trees, and I don't know what the names of the other plants are that look like the agave plant we have on the bottom, but then have something sprouting out of it. Those are so cool, but I don't know what they're called, but I saw a lot of those throughout the world, and they were in the live edit objects catalog as well, so I wanted to include them, and it was so much fun to decorate and to landscape for a new environment. I really like having new worlds in the game, so excited to have the world of Tartosa. It is really pretty. I really hope a lot of the glitches with gameplay get fixed before this releases, because I have heard a lot of bad things about gameplay not really working. But I'm assuming they're working on that, and that would be fixed by the time this releases. Hopefully with some of the extra time they have now with the release being pushed, there can be some fixes to that. Since this is a wedding game pack, we kind of want the weddings to work. But as far as build and buy goes, I think it's really beautiful items that we're getting. The world is just mind-blowing how pretty it is, and it has a decent amount of lots as well. But anyway, just figuring out the floor plan here. I keep adjusting a lot over where the bedroom and the bathroom are. You're gonna see that now, just fiddling with it quite a bit, and the entryway ends up being kind of big. So it's sort of wasted space, but I also thought it was a really interesting layout to go with. So I wasn't mad about it, and we end up having like a funky shaped bathroom, which I think is kind of cool. So it ends up being like this big square when you first walk in, and then there's a diagonal step down into the kitchen and living area, or you can go into the various doors to go into the bedroom, the bathroom, or out the back door. And so there's actually 3 entrance points to this house, one out of the kitchen, one out of the main entrance, and another from the main entrance but to the backyard. So there's a lot of areas here. I wanted to make sure there was plenty of spaces to like look all around you. This whole lot is surrounded by water, so having lots of areas you can exit and just lounge outside I thought was kind of an important thing. Also, the couch that came with this little love seat is so pretty. I was struggling with what color I wanted to use on it though, because the swatches were just so cool and I really wanted to use one of the more patterned ones, but I couldn't decide what color rug and pattern would go with it without it being too busy. So I ended up going with this more simple one with these bright orange pillows in the end, which I thought was really pretty. And I paired it with this side table here from Jungle Adventure and put a little TV on top of it. I think it's a pretty cozy living space. And you could definitely have quite a few Sims just like hanging out and existing in this tiny house. And there's only enough sleeping space for 2 Sims because I have a double bed in here. But you could definitely have some parties or have some family over or what have you. I wasn't imagining if this was just like a little honeymoon home, like a vacation spot, or if it was a place to live. I guess I was more so thinking you lived here, but this would be a really fun rental if you want your Sims to like go here after they get married. I think that would be really cute as well. But I think I added a couple of touches here and there that make it feel sort of like it could be more so a place somebody lives, but I think it works either way. Just adding some cabinetry here in the kitchen. I'm using some base game things here. The fridge, the stove, the sink, the counters, all of it is base game. And then just getting a light up above the table. Also, those chairs that are at the table are from this new wedding pack, as are the flowers that I put on the table. And I love those chairs so much. They're going to work so well in all of the builds. Just all of the builds. I have so many ideas for a lot of the items that came with this because, well, the main focus of this pack was like wedding ceremonies, and so there's a lot that's very specific to that, like with wedding arches and like buffet tables and like bigger tables for guests to sit at and all of that sort of stuff. A lot of like the flowers and like the seating, like the specific chairs, not the tables, but the chairs I think we're going to get a lot of use out of, and I'm pretty excited about it. Anyway, in the entryway here, it was kind of a weird space and I wanted it to be slightly functional. So there is a planter in the middle, which I thought was kind of cute. You could grow something inside. We also have some storage for the bathroom, as well as like temperature controls and a place to hang up your coat. But this is going to be the bathroom. I decided to use the wall shower from university because it's kind of a small space and wanted to make sure it was functional. But other than that, it's a pretty simple bathroom. I used the same tile throughout the entirety of the build. And this is going to be the only bedroom, the primary bedroom, the only bedroom. I used this base game bed because I really liked the green in it. And I was trying to insert like some colors throughout the space, not just keeping everything that really cream color. So I thought the green was a nice touch. And this wardrobe I thought was beautiful as well. I'm trying to think, was that one from Movie Hangout? I think that might be the pack that is from, but I thought it was really nice. And then we're heading outside again to decorate the back porch and finish up the landscaping and add like any last minute details. I mean, I still have 2 minutes of footage here, but I'm pretty sure all we have left is like the back porch and the landscaping. So I added the same table and chairs out here. We also have a barbecue and I wanted to make sure I had a trash can. And then I realized I also didn't have one inside. So we'll be adding that here now as well. And outside, what else do I add? I add an easel and like, yeah, here I am adding an easel. And then I decided to put tile outside under this awning as well. And just trying to figure out how to make this look a little bit more cohesive because the lot felt kind of empty, like it needed more landscaping or structure or something. So I added a fence on the back half there. And then I'm playing around with more of the landscaping, moving some of the stuff around. I ended up adding some small palm trees to this lot as well, which I really think helped bring the lot to life. But right now I'm just getting some little stones going from this patio space over to where I have those chairs that are looking out at the ocean. And then I end up connecting that area to the front pathway as well with those rocks. And I got a couple more of these really cool plants out the back as well, which I thought looked really nice. And then I ended up adding this like wall decoration that's a heart from the new pack. I'm not the biggest fan of this piece, but I thought it would be a nice thing to include, especially if this is a place your Sims decide to go on like a romantic getaway or honeymoon or something. But there are those palm trees I had mentioned, and then just moving around some more of these plants. Should be getting that walkway I also mentioned, plus some purple flowers. And then I'll be touching up the terrain paint to make it look a little bit more lush, but still have some of that sandy, like dry texture I'm seeing around. So that way it blends into the world a little bit better. But that's pretty much it for this build. I do hope you enjoyed it. If you did, make sure you give this video a big thumbs up. You can also subscribe if you haven't already. I would love to have you join us. And if you click that bell, it'll turn on notifications so you'll be notified of every single time I upload a new video. Thank you so much for watching. Enjoy the screenshots, and I will see y'all soon. Bye, everyone.